America, meet Philip, a happy-go-lucky prankster, incredibly talented athlete, and lovable son and brother whose life was changed forever. This is his drunk driving story. 28.7 million people admit to driving drunk every year. 28.7 million means that on any given day, there are roughly 300,000 drunk drivers on the road. Thankfully, 1.1 million are caught and arrested, roughly 3,200 a day. But even with those arrests, there are still 296,800 drunk drivers on the road each day. Keep in mind this statistic strictly focuses on the people who admit to driving drunk. Philip lived in a highly populated area, so it only took him 26 years to encounter one of these drunk drivers. But Philip survived the crash. He was only injured, just injured. But those injuries were so severe that he was left with permanent brain damage and the inability to care for himself. After the crash, the medical bills began piling up, far surpassing $250,000 in the first 6 months alone. So Philip's family attempted to sue the drunk driver, but on top of his legal fees, he could only pay them $10,000. Then they attempted to sue the bar that overserved the driver, but the bar's insurance policy ran out, leaving Philip's family at a financial dead end. Speaking of the driver that hit Philip, the average drunk driver will make it home 80 times before being arrested. And this driver already had 6 prior drunk driving offenses, but still took to the road drinking and driving. The kicker in all of this? Although Philip was left with permanent brain damage, the driver didn't kill him. And since he didn't, the maximum sentence in his case was just 10 years. The driver got 10 years. Philip got life. That's 10 years for ruining one man's future, leaving one family in pain, and creating one story to share. The drunk driving epidemic is hard to dispute when you stick to the stats. Over 1.1 million drunk drivers are arrested every year, and drunk driving injures 290,000 people a year, from minor to debilitating injuries, just like Philip's. In fact, in the 2 minutes you've spent watching this video, another innocent person has been injured by a drunk driver. With numbers this high, we're all involved. If you or someone you know has been impacted by drunk driving, please share your story on social media using #MyDrunkDrivingStory.